Hello and welcome to Comedy Flops, all you can eat improv. I'm your host, Creme Fraiche, and tonight we're doing a very special show in honor of the Southside Community Center, an organization that does tremendous work in our community, and we are very, very pleased to show them some love and our support. If you haven't seen Comedy Flops before, we are an improv troupe here in the Ithaca area. We've been around since 2011, so we're actually almost at our 10th anniversary. And we do shows generally on a monthly basis to help support area nonprofits. And when we do them live at the Haunt, we kind of pass the hat around and raise money. And tonight we're doing it through GoFundMe. And you hopefully saw the link on our page. We will put it out through the YouTube chat as well. The way improv works is everything we do, all the games we play are made up on the spot. And to do it well, we need suggestions from you, our audience. So at some points, I'll put suggestion or requests for suggestions in the chat, and whatever they are, just type them in and we'll choose from them, and we'll incorporate them into our game. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, if you have, thanks for coming back, and please do support our GoFundMe for the Southside Community Center. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to welcome the Flops to the virtual stage. First up, let's give it up for the 1922 Wimbledon champion, Joe Lobb.
Service!
Woo, Joe Lobb! Woo!
Next up, the person who started a new whole holistic health movement. Let's hear for Goat Yoga.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, no one will go hungry tonight thanks to hand rations. The man responsible for most of this mess. Let's hear it for Rigamarole. Give a big New York City welcome. That's where, no, Houston welcome. We don't know where she is, but let's welcome Dry Run.
Yeah.
If tonight, as you're supporting our charity, you have issues with GoFundMe, you can always still pay through Pants Pal.
Get on the house.
This weekend, if you look up to the sky, you may see a chance of showers. And finally, no, not finally, we have two more flops to introduce. It's live. Everybody be on your best behavior tonight. It's Officer Peggy.
Woo, 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 woo.
And finally, the man you least likely have as your brain surgeon. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Brainpee.
Dr. Brainpee. Dr. Brainpee.
Paged.
Yes. All right. So let's get the games going. So the first thing we're going to do is right now we're going to play a little game called Categories. This is a warm-up game for us. And so we're going to ask you to help us out by giving us suggestions for this game. So what I'm looking for to get started is I'm looking for things that the flops can name a lot of in a category. So just type that right in the chat box in YouTube. And so it could be things like breakfast cereals, superheroes, things like that. We'll give folks a second because there's probably a lag.
I can hear Cody's sound effects from the other room where my parents are watching.
Dang you, Cody, and your nifty sound effects.
Hey, Jazz! You'll get it in a minute.
It's coming by carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Courier pigeon.
Courier? Curry pigeon?
Cody, can you help me monitor the chat too, please?
You got it. No
Thank you,
worries. I
thank
already
you.
got it up on the Sex for Screens.
Okay, here we go.
What was that word?
The lag is starting to break. So the first category that we've gotten are movies. So starting with Dry Run, just movies. And if someone fails, hesitates, or just otherwise chokes, they're out of the game.
Name's a bad movie.
Or repeats.
Or repeats, that's right. All right, Dry Run, a movie, any movie.
Any movie. Pick a movie.
And
the rain.
Okay. Catch 22.
Wow, that's a wonderful life.
Ratatouille.
Shrek.
Casablanca.
Frozen.
Drive starring Ryan Gosling.
The Birds.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Runner.
Well, my friend Harvey.
Oh, if we're going, Jimmy Story, Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Harry Potter 1.
Shrek 2.
One-Eyed Jacks.
Harry Potter 2.
You're out.
2?
Already
No,
said.
she said Shrek 2.
No,
Okay,
it's
never
not
mind.
2. But
You're
I
in,
think
you're
it's
in.
a cop-out
There's
to
no
not
Harry
actually
Potter
do the
2.
full
Harry
name.
Potter 2.
There's no Harry Potter 1 either. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I was just saying this.
7 Harry Potters.
It's not numeric.
If Harry
Okay.
Potter
You want me to
one.
say the whole title?
All right, we're
You
gonna
want me to
choose a
say the
new.
whole
We're gonna
title?
choose a new category.
And I was gonna say La La Land starring Ryan Gosling.
Yep, we're gonna just start a fresh category, and we'll start with Pants Pal Bugs.
What? Bumps?
Bugs. Bugs.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Oh,
Bugs.
flies? Flies?
Grasshoppers.
Praying mantis.
Ants.
Locusts.
Crickets.
Oh, it's me. I got all right. Moth.
Maggots.
Dung beetles.
Stink bugs.
Out.
Oh.
Get
Get 'em. Who's out? Okay, bye-bye.
I did a slow die.
Okay.
So many bugs I want to talk about.
I know.
Yeah. So let's get another category. Let's see. How about
I see Ari's here saying places that are also just like normal words.
Hi, Ari.
Come on, Ari, you're killing me. All right,
sounds like Pokemon but isn't.
Oh,
Digimon.
that's nepotism.
Okay.
Sounds like
It's definitely Digimon. Name all of the Digimon characters you can think of.
I don't know any Digimon characters, so.
Well then,
Die!
Get out.
and done.
Wasn't even my turn, and I'm just going out. All right.
That was cutthroat.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Arumon, come on.
Okay.
I watched way too much Digimon.
Szechuan.
Okay.
Die.
What?
It's not a Pokemon.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna just give you all a new category. Your new category is this: types of weather.
And I believe that was me. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Mostly sunny with a 75% chance of thunderstorms.
Very effing rainy.
Hail.
Blizzard.
Acid rain.
Inficating.
I'll accept
Chance
it.
of showers.
Misty.
Wintry mix.
Pea soup fog.
Sunny?
Overcast.
Volcanic ash.
Raining cats and dogs.
Sleet. Has anyone said sleet?
Out.
Wait, am I out?
Never
No.
repeat it. Out.
Nobody
How?
said
Oh,
No? Okay.
no.
John whispered it.
I whispered it.
So he.
According to Pogo, earthquake weather.
blistery.
Tornado-ish.
Heat wave.
Saharan dust storm.
Spaghetti with a chance of meatballs.
Die.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go with a die.
That was a
on that one.
lukewarm
Yep.
die for.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, man, a die's a die. That's the thing about death, you know.
Okay.
Kinda counts.
Stretch.
Next up, brands of soap.
What?
Brands of
Brands
soap.
of soap.
Oh, soap. I thought you said silk. I'm like, I ain't that fancy.
Shoot.
Who's starting?
Oh, me. Sorry. Dove.
Olay.
Ivory.
Die.
Oh, come on. It was just a spitter.
He's
Say.
a stanky, stanky man.
He ain't know about no soap.
Okay. Next category, brands of cars.
Brands of cars.
Brands of cars.
Ford.
Lamborghini.
Subaru.
Phobal.
Toyota.
Bugatti.
Sure now.
Die.
Bye.
I lost my place. I lost my Brainpee. I lost my place.
Die.
See
Dun
ya.
dun dun dun.
All right. This should be an easy one. You've done it before. Breakfast cereals.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, Wheaties.
Trick.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Lucky Charms.
Muesli.
Cheerios.
Apple Jack.
Kicks.
I'm just gonna say die.
Bye.
Ah.
All right. We're down to 4. We're moving now. So let's give them cartoon characters. Cartoon characters starting with, looks like Joe Lobb.
Space Ghost.
Steven Universe.
Tom and Jerry.
That's 2 characters. I was gonna say Tom.
Bye. And we say goodbye to Goat Yoga. All right. Let's get them a new category. How about works of William Shakespeare?
Oh, that's not fair.
Always. Why? You do this to me always.
We have the internet.
I guess
You
it's
can
me, right?
cheat.
Okay.
Dave's still gonna win.
Yeah.
Hamlet.
Othello.
Romeo and Juliet.
Henry VI, Part 1.
A Summer Night's Dream.
Henry VI, Part 2.
Henry VI, Part 3.
I'm just gonna cry in silence and die.
Bye. Okay, it's down to 2.
Bum, bum, bum.
Types of plants.
Get him, Dry Run. Get him.
Monocot.
Dicot.
Grass.
Trees.
Shrubs.
Phytoplankton.
Weeds.
G.
You said algae, right?
Oh, okay. I get you now. Sequoia.
Angiosperms.
Gymnosperms.
Lichen. I'm gonna call myself on that one. It wouldn't be appropriate.
You're throwing it?
Oh, okay.
By default,
Nice.
Joe Lobb wins.
I would have let it go, but
All right, Joe Lobb is our champion. All right. Yay, Joe Lobb. All right. For our next game, this is a game called Pardon. And this is a game for Rigamarole and, let me think, Rigamarole and Officer Peggy. So let's get them on the stage. And in this game, how it's going to work is they are going to have a 2-person scene. And in that 2-person scene, they're going to challenge each other occasionally. So someone may say something, the person will say, wait, pardon? And that person will have to repeat what they said with a twist, a more interesting twist. So I need a relationship for them, and you've sent me some good ones. Let's see. That's pretty funny. One of the I don't know if we're going to do this one, but one of the suggestions we got was Trump and Bernie.
Always going down.
Which would make Officer Peggy have to play Trump. I don't think anyone deserves that.
China. That's all I got. China.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
So let's instead go with a therapist and their patient. A therapist and their patient.
So your time starts now. We have an hour session today, and I know last week we were getting into some serious material.
Pardon?
Last week we were eating some real good cereal.
I'm a bit confused because I could have sworn this was my office and now you're here.
I thought that we had a good cereal party last time, and it was used as a distraction mechanism so that I could talk about my feelings. And that I don't feel comfortable being a patient, so I was gonna come in pretending like I own no.
Got you. Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. I have my appointments mixed up. Please, you go ahead. You take
How
care
much
of.
am I paying you?
Pardon?
How much for that hairdo? It's really sick, bruh.
Well, this is called the quarantine special, in which you do not get your hair cut for 4 months. Very cheap.
Pardon?
This is called the Slam Bam Mwamba Bam special. It's actually on fleek.
That's what I hear the kids saying all the time in my classrooms.
So, anyways, I need you to therapize me. Go ahead.
So I wanted you to unpack your trauma so that you could help me unpack my trauma.
Okay, I can do that very easily. I've constructed a number of personas for you to be able to do that with me. So go ahead and start the session. I'll become this other character. Go ahead.
I have an obsession with eating ice cream. I ate 7 gallons just yesterday, and I can't stop.
Yes. It's ice cream. Yes. 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 No, this one's not working. This one's okay. We could do a different persona if that's what you need.
Pardon?
I can do this all over the sofa if that's what you need. I could jump around. I could do all sorts of.
Yeah. Let's get active with it. Let's get active. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I do other personas or should I just be me?
Well, no. See, I went to school as an actor. I'm not actually a therapist, so it's.
Wait, what? You're not a therapist?
Not exactly. I mean, I played a therapist in my senior thesis, and I just never lost the role. I stayed in the role. I've been this committed the entire time.
I've been seeing you for 7 years. 7 years.
7 years? And you never once got me an anniversary present?
Pardon?
And you never once asked me about my campaign for president?
No, because I didn't know that you campaigned for president. Do tell me more. Hold on, let me get my
did.
notebook. If we're both pretending to be therapists, let's just commit.
Well, I'm not pretending. I'm acting as one. There's a difference, you know.
Noted. It's an alternate reality for you. Have you ever considered, do you have hallucinations, delusions?
No, hallucinate. No, I see things that aren't there sometimes, and I sometimes think I'm a therapist when I'm not.
And what makes you feel that you're a therapist?
Pardon?
And what makes you think that you are not just merely a hair and a fist?
That's some deep stuff, Doc. You just blew my tiny little pea brain right out of my head.
That's why I'm charging you $600 a session these days.
Thank you, Officer Peggy and Rigamarole.
And whoever that other guy was.
That's right.
He's not even certified.
That's right. So, all right. For our next game, hopefully everybody at some point will get to take a vacation. Most of us are taking them right here in our houses. I know I am. And we're going to play a little game called My Vacation With. And the premise of this game is one of our flops has gone on a vacation with a famous celebrity. And they went to kind of an unusual location. And so we're going to talk with them about this trip, and we're going to see some vacation photos. And the guest will explain those to us. So this is a game for me. I'll be the host. Goat Yoga will be my guest. And when it's time for the photos, they'll be presented by Chance of Showers, PayPal, and Dr. Brainpee. So I've asked folks to give us some suggestions about the celebrity. And okay, got that, and where they went. Okay, got it. Wonderful. Okay, got it. All right, we're going to start the game now. Good evening if it's 2 a.m., and it is. It's time for Sunday Morning Hangover. I'm your host, Johnny Turbo, and with me today is Anita Juanita. Anita Juanita has just gone on a fascinating vacation with the one and only star of television and some movies, Mr. Danny DeVito. And Anita, tell us a little bit about how you met Danny DeVito. How do you know him?
Danny, oh come on. Me and Danny go way back. I mean way back, like before he was Danny DeVito, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I do, and that's fascinating, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you and Danny, after all these years of friendship, decided, hey, let's go on a vacation. That how it went? Amazing, amazing. But what's more amazing is where you went. Now, most people would, maybe go to the Riviera or, some exotic trip somewhere. But this one blew my mind. The two of you went to, yes, a graveyard. And so I'm fascinated to hear what led you to choose a graveyard for your vacation?
I mean, why wouldn't you choose a graveyard for your vacation, right? That's the better question. There's just so much history, so much intrigue, the mist and the spook and the lichens and the moss. And it's just so ethereal, and it was just divine. Simply.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And of course, the other guests are super quiet, so that must have been a benefit too. Oh. So I understand, and I'm so excited that you've got actually some photos from this vacation, and we're really excited to see them. The first photo, my notes say, is actually from when you first entered the graveyard. Something kind of weird was going on. Let's see that. Dave, could we get that up on the screen? Oh yeah. So what's going on in this picture here?
Yeah. Oh gosh, this moment. Yeah. So here you can see Danny and I. So bless his heart. Danny had seen this special where you bring a cat toy to the graveyard and you tickle the creepiest grave you can find, and then you count to 10 and then you see what happens. And so he was like, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, Danny, don't do it. And he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. So he does it. And this is what happened. So you can see Danny there. He shot his helmet almost right off his head, banged him in the nose. You can see it's in the process happening right now. He actually shattered the vertebrae of his nose, believe it or not. And then there you see me. I was trying to protect myself. I heard from my my ball reader that is the position to get you out of trouble. And then there is the young man who rose from the grave and was actually caressing that cat toy. So
fascinating.
It was a lot of fun.
Wow, and thank you for explaining, because I thought you were voguing here, so that was great to know. It was a defensive thing. Okay,
Right.
well, that's great. I understand we're going to have another picture in a moment. So after you got to the graveyard, my understanding is you kind of took a walk around it and checked out the history of the graves and things like that. But at one point, I understand you and Danny had a romantic candlelight dinner right there in the graveyard near the mausoleum. Is that true?
Oh, a lady never tells.
Oh, you. Let's see a photo of that. Dave, can we get that photo up, please?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you dog. I didn't know this was photographed. Well, yes. I guess I can divulge or explain a little bit to you.
Yeah, just a little, you know.
Yeah, so like you said, we were outside the mausoleum. We were having kind of a romantic evening. I had brought along my prized persimmon because that's what you do when you go to a graveyard. You bring your most valuable fruits, right? And then all of a sudden, this pussycat appeared out of thin air, and a demon sand creature with a black snout. The snout may or may not have been the ashes of the fallen, came and started attacking the apparition of the kitty cat.
Oh, I see.
And Danny was just shocked mid-scoop. He was in the middle of his enchiladas.
I see that.
I put a little bit of persimmon right on his enchilada there for him. And I also had my little salt shaker, and I was just shaking it up for him real nice. But that kitty cat nearly gave us both a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, nobody expects to see a ghost cat in the graveyard. It's true. It's true. It's true. So, I understand the night progressed after that, well, I know you don't like to wear your religion publicly, but I do understand that at midnight there was an amazing druid ceremony that you and Danny took part in to commemorate the solstice. Yeah.
Well,
what did that mean to you?
You know, the druid following is something I just kind of happened into pretty recently, and what it basically means is finding old Android devices and compiling them in certain patterns such that the moonlight of the solstice reflects or refracts and creates droids which turn into druids.
So really what you're talking about here is druid droids. Interesting.
That's right.
Sort of a melding of religion and science. So I understand there was sort of this ethereal photo that was captured at that very moment. Dave, can we see that, please?
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. This was, I gotta tell you, I mean, every part of this vacation, every second was just out of this world, but this topped it all. So basically, we have the androids all set up. It starts reflecting and refracting, and then all of a sudden, I get the worst bellyache of my existence. So I'm like, Daddy, give me the antacids! And he throws them over to me, and I crack it open with my teeth because I'm just ravenous and filled with acid of these droids, and I just start chugging them. And then my tooth popped out, and I'm trying to catch it in the cap. Meanwhile, Danny's over there trying to iron his foot off. He's got an ironing board, and his foot's on the ironing board. I'm like, Danny, what are you doing? You don't even have an iron. And he said, the droids are speaking to me, hon. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I turn around because I hear a scratching noise. and that pussycat turned into a human apparition figure and was scratching itself with its clawed toes.
Wow.
Out of this world.
It certainly is. Well, you just never know what you're going to find when you take a vacation on a graveyard, I guess. It's true. It's true. Well, gosh, that is all we have time for, and I'm sorry because I understand you took 4,000 photos, and I would love to see all of them. But, yeah, it's true. So, I thank you, Anita Juanita, for being here, sharing your fantastic vacation with Danny DeVito in a graveyard. I'm your host, Johnny Turbo. We'll be back next week with who knows what. You'll just have to tune in. Bye.
Woo!
All right. So that's my vacation with. Next game we're going to play is called Pyramid, and this is a big game with lots and lots of people. How it works is we're going to have 5 flops in the game. Each flop is going to come in one at a time. So we'll start with one flop who's going to do a one-person scene. Another flop will join. They'll start a new scene. Another flop will join a new scene till we have 5 flops going and 5 scenes going. And then they're going to work their way backwards till that one flop who started finishes their scene. Should be a lot of fun. So this is a game for, let me see here, it's a game for Hand Rations, Joe Lobb, Dry Run, Rigamarole, and Pants Pal. And I'll let you guys decide who's going to start and who's coming in when. Oh, and let me give you a word to inspire it. A word to inspire your scene is, let me see, footprints.
So I said to the man, I told him the story, that I was walking with him the entire time. There were only 2 sets of footprints during the good times, and 1 set during the bad. But during the bad times, well, that's when I split, left him on his own, headed up the beach to the tiki bar and said, cut me off a little pina colada, because I am not gonna be down there during high tide.
Hey, Joey, watch out.
Oh.
Look at what you're about to step on.
Oh gosh, what an awful occurrence that would have been.
Like, that's an ancient relic that we've been looking for on this site.
It's also very pokey and it would have hurt my foot.
Yes, it would have hurt your foot, Joey. I'm sorry that, aside from, ruining ancient history, you could have also gotten like a prick in your foot.
Well, excuse me, but you know how much paperwork it is to fill out to get reimbursed for any medical stuff that I have to get done out here.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Okay. That was terrible. Let's run it again. Tom, you are Sherlock Holmes. You must say your line, it was the footprints of a giant hound. With some terror. I mean, this is the climax of the whole scene. Fred, you're Watson. You have no clue as to what's going on. So he's going to be...
I feel like Watson would know, like, in the background, like he kind of always knew. So I kind of...
Okay, yes, but how do you play that? Yeah, no, I mean, can we try it one more time, please?
Okay.
Your cue, Sherlock.
Line.
It was the footprints of a giant hound. You should be off book by now. You really should.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. 'Twas the footprints of a giant. Line.
Okay, if we follow the footprints, we might be able to make it to the lion's den. Now, I'm not sure if this is a lion, but it's either a lion, a very big animal, or somebody who has special shoes to look like lions. And in any case, that is a story to tell.
Did you bring the treats?
I bought the treats.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just had some of my mom's acid, which, like, maybe the lion has a tummy ache, but probably not.
You will have to eat the treats.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. See, that's why I like you. You're always so prepared.
I try.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, guys, that this is a lion. I think these footprints may belong to a giant hound.
Oh.
Could be.
You mean like a poodle or like bigger than that?
I mean very specifically, Mrs. Johansson's poodle.
Oh! Yeah, that poodle always did look a little suspicious to me.
You guys, what are you doing talking about this dog? I mean, footprints. We have to capture the flag, which means we have to make footprints and go in the direction of the other team's flag.
Oh.
Where are we on recon?
But the other team scares me. Come on.
Yeah,
I went across to the other team's side. I know where the flag is.
Where?
If you follow me, get prepared to get dirty. And don't be afraid to get nerfed.
My mom said that she doesn't want any more stains on my pants anymore.
Well, then you can go home, Jessica.
No. Jessica can watch our flag. She can guard our flag.
Somebody's got to do it.
Just let out that blood-curdling shriek if you see anybody.
Okay.
Woo!
Jessica, you have a great shriek. Sets off my Siri every time.
Okay. I'll be ready.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go hide in the bushes now.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay. And I'm gonna go disable my Siri. Okay, guys, we can't spend all this time arguing about whether it's a dog or a lion. We just need to follow the footprints and get to the cave.
Anybody want a treat?
I do.
Okay, here you go. Here you
The
go.
treats are for the lion. Ugh.
But they're so good.
How do we even know what kind of treats a lion likes?
We don't.
Cartoons mostly. I'm going to go back to my kitchen and make more cardboard cutouts of food. So maybe the lion will think that's food. You guys can just stay here with your treats.
Okay.
They won't last long. Okay, back to one. Let's do it one more time. Your line, Sherlock, is, "It was the footprints of a giant hound." Take it away.
'Twas the footprints of a giant hound, Watson.
We'll fix it in post. Watson, nice work there. Nice work there. I like your involvement and commitment.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe I'll give you the line instead. Why don't you try it?
I feel like it was the footprints of a giant hound.
Okay, we can work with that. Gonna have to do some rewriting, and I probably should go get started. Why don't you guys look at the next scene, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Line.
See, you had to step on the relic, didn't you?
Oh, I stepped on it anyways. Oh.
Joey, and now look at all this freaking paperwork I have to do for you.
You can fill it out in my blood. Oh.
Like, it's just so much, and then we're going to fly in a medic here. I mean, seriously, you could have just walked around.
I got an ancient version of tetanus, and I know it.
And look, and now you're bleeding all over. It's going to be, the medic's never going to take it now. The National History Museum never even that too. Oh my gosh.
No, we'll just say it's.
I'm gonna contact the medic.
Blood.
Okay, I'm gonna contact the medic for your idiocracy.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, the man asked at the end of the beach, "Where were you?" And I said, "Why, I was in the water, and I was the sand. And your feet glided across me so gracefully. But in all honesty, I was in Cabo, baby. Suckers!"
All right. That was Pyramid, and thank you to everybody in that game. That was great. We are getting lots and lots of suggestions for our next game, and I also want to thank everyone. So far tonight, we've raised $205 for the Southside Community Center, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate them. No amount is too small. If it's within your means to do so, they do great work in our community, and as I said earlier, we want to show them some love. Our next game is called Slo-Mo Commentary, and what this is a competition game. So what we're going to see is a sports commentator and a former athlete in this unusual sport, and they're going to be giving the play-by-play for 3 competitors that are engaged in competition. So I asked our audience for unusual things that we could have a sports competition in. So let's see what we have. We've got weighing down papers with paperweights, toenail clipping, improv. Cammy, you're funny. Shelling pistachios, creating the most ridiculous conspiracy theory. I love our audience.
Fighting with only jazz music.
Yeah. Finding the worst ending to a story. Pepper eating. DVD eating. Okay. I love this one. Competitive Dungeons and Dragons.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm Rigamarole, help me out here. I am between competitive Dungeons and Dragons and competitive toenail clipping. What do you think?
I got a rule with my nerds, and it's time for some competitive Dungeons and Dragons, I think.
Oh, I was hoping you'd pick that one. Okay, let's welcome to the screen. Let's welcome our sportscaster, Officer Peggy, and our competitive Dungeons and Dragons retired champion, Chances Showers, and they are going to introduce our competitors in just a moment, who are Goat Yoga, Dry Run, and Dr. Brainpee.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 57th annual competitive Dungeons and Dragons meeting. We are here at GuildCon. We're here every year, and I'm excited. We have a new set of competitors today, and I have last year's champion. Could you, introduce yourself, please? I am so excited to be in your presence right now.
Daria Darkberry here with you today. I'm so excited and happy to be here to witness all of this. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Daria. So could you tell me a little bit about your strategy and a little bit about the character that you developed, that you embodied within this competitive D&D campaign?
Yes, well, I've actually changed my name legally to Daria Darkberry because that is my persona in the D&D world. I am a trolley fairy person of many talents and many energies, and I think it's self-explanatory. My record just stands for itself. I've slayed a lot, and feast on, friends.
Yeah, you did all of the magic damage last time. It was crazy. No one could get the jump on you. So
Right.
I am the host for today with my alternate personality, Nivara, also known as NB, your charismatic tiefling. So we're gonna see. I think they're getting ready to come in and start warming up. And I'd love to hear your thoughts as we see each of these individuals. So first, it looks like we have is that a halfling? A wizard halfling?
Wow.
Oh my!
I haven't seen anything that funky since last year. That's incredible. Oh, I think I have a winner already. I don't think we even need to have a competition.
Oh, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your characters as you warm up and get into the mindset?
My name is Bybee-Finley, and I come from the cave of Lobb.
This is some commitment to the character and the cosplay. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Bentavira Harhar. Next up, is this a fellow tiefling? Oh, it's a druid tiefling, y'all. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Look at the green, the commitment to nature. Could you please introduce yourself and a little bit about your background for your character?
Hello. I am Glycinda, the druid who lives in the forest of dreams and desires.
Oh.
Do not past the canopy or danger of the unknown, and the uncertainty might haunt you.
Oh dear, I am not ready for nightmares or for some
Short
I'm
story.
not ready to be incapacitated yet. I do not want to be stunned. I do not want any of what this witch magic is happening. And so, last but not least, we have a dark elf amongst our presence. This is our in the 57 years we've been doing this, we have yet to have a dark elf. And so I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table. Oh man. Oh, look.
He brought the dice.
They don't even know. Could you please introduce yourself, please? Oh, Dark Elf one.
Yeah, my name is Marchand, all right? And people like to walk around this table, all right, with like half my character's health, half my charisma score, and half my character's sexual prowess, okay? So, nat 20 all day, baby. Let's go.
Did you say sexual prowess? That is a new stat.
Yeah.
That sounds
When
like
you
some
need to go in depth in
homebrew.
your character, you need to write. All right, I got backgrounds of stories on Marchand, all his things. That was an 11. That was okay, but I got a +7 modifier on my sexual prowess, so that's pretty good.
Wow.
All day.
All right.
I think I know some fairies who could go down in that dungeon.
Yeah, listen to the dice click.
Daria, what do you think of their initial come out? Who do you think is going to come out on top in this competitive?
Oh my God. I'm excited because I got to tell you, last year's group all actually got literally committed to a psychiatric unit after the game, and they weren't even half as good as these guys. I mean, my mind is blown.
The potential is high. Because of last year, we do have some medics on staff just in case things get a little rowdy.
Oh, yeah.
But we must get started. Has everyone brought their die? Oh, we have one prepared. Oh, no. We're losing.
I'm liking the way he rolls them die.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that large D6. Oh, this is impressive. All right.
How you get those fatty crits.
We are going to stand back and let them at each other. The goal is a fight to the death. There can only be one who can face the Watcher in our finale tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, without anything else, without further ado,
let's go.
Let's
go. Let's do it. Do it.
Eat my fluff!
Oh my. Bedivere Harhar is sending spells in both directions, trying to paralyze and damage both Glitzina and Marchand. It looks like it's
a 4! A 4!
Oh no, Darshan is taking some psychic damage. We can't explain. What? Do you see Glitzina with this strength?
Whoa.
I worked on this character for 6 years. 6 years. I'm going home. I quit. Mom!
Marchand is out. Marchand, the Dark Elf.
Man.
A Dark Elf falls. It's down to Bedivere, Harhar, and Glitzina the Druid. Let the magic fight each other.
They're making their way through them caves and maves really fast, too. Oh, whoa. Did you see that?
She went for the physical attack. She's trying to bludgeon her way. The magic is not working. But Glitzina has these defenses. How is she protecting? No, Bedivere is taking mental damage, is being swarmed by birds and butterflies. Look at the nature surrounding her.
I'm taking notes.
Oh dear. Bedivere has a strange look. Medic, we need someone to go look at Bedivere. We can't have this happen again.
Oh no, yeah. That ain't good. That look in her eye, that's not good.
Oh, Bedivere is unfortunately disqualified for being unable to perform an action on their turn. That means Glitton of the Druid with the dreams and the nightmares has won this year's competitive D&D. Daria, just some final thoughts.
Yeah, winner, dungeon dinner, baby, all the way. She's getting the crystal. She wins it. She took it home fair and square, and she still looks like she's got some of her brains left in her head.
I provide you with the elixir of life that you can consume at any point for the rest of the next 3 days. And we will see you tomorrow in the finale. You will need this when you fight the Watcher. Stay tuned. And we'll be right back with another competitive D&D for the finalists in the Watcher tomorrow.
All right, that killed me. You guys crushed that. I can't wait to watch that video.
I'm so happy I started D&D recently, so I can
Right.
materials.
It paid off. It paid off for you. It did.
I definitely didn't lose like all my dice.
Well, that's good. Just most, right?
I got extras if
Definitely
you need them,
didn't.
bruh.
Yeah, that's funny. I can't stop laughing. Okay, well, the audience doesn't want to see me laughing at what just happened, right? Or that. So our next game is called Cult Leader, and this is sort of a new Flops favorite that Cody brought to the troupe. So he gets to host it because he's so damn good at it. So Rigamarole will explain the game, and this is a high audience participation, so be ready to type lots and lots of things into the chat box. Bye.
Get the fingers ready, folks, because we're going to do a word association game with you in the audience. First off, let's just think of words and type them in the chat that says to you, bad moon. Something that's a bad omen. A bad omen in the chat, please. How about give me the future? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think the future? And what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think the past? Put both of those in the comments over there. I'll explain the game. In just a moment, we're going to have 2 flops come on the screen. One of them, I believe, is Joe Lobb. And I am checking. And yes, Joe Lobb is the one. And the other is someone help me out here. Hand rations. Okay, they're gonna come to the stage or the screen. There we go. Just a moment, and we are gonna play Cult Leader, in which these two, wherever the other one is, are going to invent societies out of your suggestions in the comments and try to convince you to join them. After we establish the cults, I will then begin a Q&A session with them in which we will answer your questions in the chat and maybe some from the flops here on our end. You guys give me a thumbs up when you have enough words, and I will keep saying things until that happens. Audience members in the chat, please give us your thoughts on the 1950s. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think the 1950s? Or Y2K. What comes to mind when I say Y2K? I don't know. That's on your end. How about confusion? What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say confusion? Or Confucius, even. That's a word association that I just made. How about development? Development. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think development? And darkness. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say darkness? Or light. You could think of the other way. What's the first thing I say when it comes to saying light? I got some good things coming in here. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say crash? Crash of any kind. How you guys doing? Feeling good yet? No? Okay. Mustache. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say mustache? Or dentistry. First thing that comes to mind when I say dentistry. First thing that comes to mind when I say comedy. First thing that comes to mind when I say theology. Oh, I got one thumb up. Looking for the other thumb up. Not yet. First, oh, wait, was that a no? Was that a yes or a no?
No.
Okay. Sorry. First thing that comes to mind when I say First thing that comes to mind when I say telephone. Okay, we got him. We got a thumb up from both of our contestants, and now we shall proceed with said game. Ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome you to the 5th annual Cult Leader Family Leader Convention. We have two lovely people here today to introduce you to a new way of living that'll make you healthier, stronger, and more prepared for the coming days, maybe even the apocalypse. So let's start over here. And Madam, will you please feel free to introduce yourself?
Hi, y'all. I'm sure that you all recognize me from my lifestyle brand. It is me, Tay from Tay64 YouTube channel. And I am here today because my subscriber base has just become such a great family for me. And just some recent events have caused me to be like, maybe I should make that family a little bit closer and a little bit more willing to defend me. So, in my video titled, I saw a possessed child, parentheses, emotional, parentheses, not clickbait, I explained this whole thing that just happened to me, where one time when I was trying to record a video of my top 10 least favorite makeup tutorials by my fans, a possessed child just showed up on the monitor, and I was just like, hey, possessed child, I don't want to have custody of you. Can you just go back home and tell your parents to restrict your internet settings? But then I looked a little bit closer, and it wasn't a possessed child. No, it was Cody Weber. And I was just like, what are you doing on my computer? So, yeah. Now I'm thinking that must have been a sign, and either I need to update my internet security, or I need to just, make it so that all of my fans can just hack my videos and become possessed children. Because, that's what the internet is all about. We all get to be creepy. We all get to be amazing. We all get to slowly sink out of existence. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah. Join my cult. I mean, not cult. Unless it's a TikTok cult, because I feel like that's reclaimed on TikTok now. And, yeah, we can all just be possessed children and make it so we can't get any work done.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. That gentleman that appeared to you, it sounded ridiculously handsome. Next family leader over here. How about you introduce yourself?
I'd be glad to. I am Basil Pesto. Yes, the Basil Pesto. And I'm happy to tell you about a group that has brought so much meaning to my life. You know, after I won my 3rd Oscar, I felt I'd done it all, and I felt life was meaningless. And I was walking on the Santa Monica beach. They roped off a section so I could have some privacy. And I was wondering, what is this all for? What does it all mean? And there I saw, washed up by the tide, a foot entwined in the cords of a dentist's drill. And I immediately flashed to that Blue Oyster Cult song, She's as Beautiful as a Foot. And the drill, just such a strange juxtaposition. It made me realize what a wonderful random universe we are living in. And I realized how I had taken too little care of that. And I realized that I needed to pay tribute to the sheer randomness and beauty of the universe. And I was lucky enough with my winnings, my vast winnings, to be able to buy an entire Confucian temple from China, have it shipped over brick by brick. And my followers and I sit and daily contemplate the drill and the foot, and brings us a peace of mind that is extraordinary. I mean, I can't explain it. You'd have to experience it. And we would welcome you to experience it. We're open to everyone. The drill and the foot.
Thank you very much, Basil. We're going to open up the floor to questions. So please, everyone in the comments, ask your questions for these two wonderful societal family cult leaders. While we take one from here in the studio audience, you go ahead and get set up there. Studio audience, anyone have a question for one of these two lovely, lovely individuals? Tay or Basil?
Hi. I got a question about a passport and how old you have to be to participate in these cults, because I'm only this many and I need to know if I need to ask my parents to travel. Thanks.
Very well. We'll start off with Basil here. Basil, any age restrictions on your society?
None whatsoever. We take people of all ages. I wish that I had not wasted 35 years pursuing a lucrative and fantastic stage and screen career, and I had spent the time contemplating the drill in the foot. As for travel, if you're anywhere near Santa Monica, you of course do not need a passport, or for that matter, anywhere in the United States. But being that you are a minor, I would recommend that you ask your parents.
Okay, a little bit of a stick in the mud answer there, asking your parents, but that's okay. Tay, what do you got?
Okay, so the cool thing about the internet is that, like, you don't need a passport to go anywhere. You don't even need parents' permission to go anywhere. Like, as long as you have an internet connection and a knowledge of how to get around parental controls, you can do whatever you want. Like, half of my fans are probably 12-year-olds who think I am also a 12-year-old just because, like, my general demeanor and my youthful energy. So, like, seriously, if you want to be an influencer, you can be an influencer. If you want to give all of your life to an influencer, then just give all of your life to an influencer. I thrive off of the youth energy in both a metaphorical and literal way. Please sell me your soul.
I regret saying Basil was a stick in the mud. Here comes our next question from Anjali Jogeshwar. And this is, what sort of festivals do you celebrate? And we're gonna go off first to Tay. Go ahead, Tay. What's your big festival like for your society?
Okay, so as you'll remember from last year in my video story time, I completely ran a hotel out of business, parentheses, not clickbait, parentheses, story time again. I try to host an annual Tay-Tay-Con for all of my fans. But last year, it kind of went awry when the hotel was like, none of you have actually booked rooms here, and you're all just squatting here. And, like, I don't want to anger them again because they have, like, 5,000 more followers than me. But, like, if we could just have your house for a Tay-Tay-Con, then sure.
Terrific, Tay. Basil?
Yes.
Can you beat Tay-Tay-Con? What's your big festival?
I'm not sure. We celebrate 3 festivals yearly. The first is, of course, Confucius's birthday. Now, this is somewhat complicated by the fact that no one knows exactly when it was, and there's been the shift from the Gregorian to the Julian calendar. I mean, it's a mess. So we've arbitrarily chosen August 15th because it's a nice summer day. We also celebrate the birthday of Harvey Flemtmeyer, the inventor of the dentist drill. Now, we do know his birthday. It was April 1st, 1846. And so every April 1st, we have a festival where we take out the special drill, we polish it, we clean it up, and we parade it around the temple. And it's quite a festive occasion. And finally, we also celebrate the donor of the unknown foot. And once again, we're sort of in the dark here because we do not know. And to balance out August 15th, we need something in the winter. So we've chosen February 19th. And we have cake and ice cream, and it's a good time is held by all, at all 3 of these festivals.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely lovely, Basil. You're swinging my vote, I think. I think we got time for 1 or 2 more questions based on your answers here. This one comes from Riker Everett, and this stems about the legality of cartoon characters in your society. We'll start with you, Basil. Is there any legal issues with cartoons in your group?
We have not had any problem with cartoon characters. In fact, I'm sort of riffing here because this is a situation that has not arisen. I can't imagine there would be any problem. The one thing that I would have to caution a cartoon character is not to turn sideways and become invisible. It could cut the other members, or they could disappear themselves. And we wouldn't want harm to happen to either any of our established members or the cartoon character. But as I said, we're inclusive. We welcome cartoon characters. Is there a specific cartoon character that is asking this question, or is just a general abstract question?
Yeah, we'll have to take that one off the air. Riker, are you a cartoon character? Let us know, and we'll let you know whether or not you're legal in one of these societies. So don't turn one-dimensional. That's a good piece of advice for all of us. Tay, any legality issues with cartoon characters in your society?
open to all in my little Tay-Tay family, including like whether you've got like a regular profile picture, if you've got a landscape, if you've got a cartoon character profile picture. But like the moment you try to like start telling me you are the cartoon character, nuh-uh. The only cartoon around here is me because of my animated personality and the fact that I'm currently commissioning a Tay-Tay animated series based on a 24-hour live stream of my life. But like, if you try not to overstep your boundaries, then sure, you're welcome in the Tay-Tay cult.
Okay, very well. And I just want to give a clarifying answer. Riker did answer us in the comments, and he said no, but the stuffed animal on the floor behind me is, and he was concerned, or they were concerned about bringing that stuffed animal with them, I believe. So
no problem.
No problem for both of you? Okay. Well, that's terrific. I think, we've come to a consensus, and it's time to take a vote. Everyone in the comments, please put down your vote for the cult that you want to join, that you want to go home with, that you want to dictate every move you're going to make for the rest of your life in the comments, while I take a quick consensus from the studio audience here. Round of applause, please, from the studio audience, or woos, or whatever you can do, for Tay-Tay. Okay, it's getting a little louder there. All right. Now, finally, round of applause for Basil Pesto.
Yes!
There was some enthusiasm for Basil. Let's look over at the comment here. Let's see. I'm seeing Tay-Tay. No one knows how to spell it, though. There's no consensus on how to spell it just yet, which is what you want.
Spell it however you want. As long as you subscribe to me, the spelling of Tay-Tay is up to you, my close friends and family.
Terrific. I'm seeing Tay-Tay gang. Tay-Tay rise up. Woohoo. I think that one's might be for Tay-Tay. Anyways, Tay-Tay takes the victory. I'm sorry, Basil.
There is no such thing as victory or defeat.
Yes,
And
there
that's
is.
why you
Have
lost.
you seen my number of followers?
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I believe now we are taking a short intermission. 2 minutes, I believe, is going to go up. 2 minutes up on the clock. We'll be back shortly to have some more fun. See you in a bit. It's everyone's favorite show, listening to someone snack. Hum, nom, 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 hum, nom, nom, nom.
Doing our ASMR break.
That's it, yeah.
Welcome to the ASMR portion of our show. This concludes the ASMR portion of our show.
Okay, welcome back to the second half of All You Can Eat Improv with us, Comedy Flops, in support of the Southside Community Center. I am pleased to tell you, so far our show has raised, let me check for the update.
Drum roll.
Yes. $225. Thank you everyone for your generosity. There is still time to contribute. Yes, indeed. No amount.
You guys are lovely.
They are lovely. They're a lovely audience. No amount is too small, even if it's $5. It all helps. It all goes to a great organization and the great work they do.
That matters.
That's right. So let's bring all the flops on the stage, and we are going to play a game called World's Worst. And for this game, what I need from you, and I've put in the chat, let's see if we've got some. Yes, here we go. World's Worst Occupation. So we're going to get occupations from you in the chat, and we will do what we think is the world's worst at that thing. So let's see what we have here. These are bizarre. World's worst improv comedian, okay? Bubblegum scientist, observationalist, ice cream taste tester, professional DVD eater. Ari, what is it with you and those DVDs? Shrek impersonator, frog locator. All right, there's so many good ones to choose from. I'm going to start with world's worst ice cream taster. World's worst ice cream taster.
I don't really taste it. I just lick it and put it back.
Is this chicken or fish flavor?
I burned my tongue in an accident 7 years ago. Is this hot or cold?
You know what? I mean, it's okay, but I think it would be better as a type of mayonnaise.
You know, sometimes this stuff tastes so good, I eat it right down to the bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hold up when I try to eat it. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong.
I've got a great new idea for a flavor and a way to deliver it. It's called finger pops. You put it in and you lick it off.
I have a differently ableness that requires me to microwave all my food first for safety.
Guys, I don't know, I did the thing with the ice cream, guys, and it's really cold up there, boys. I don't know about this one.
Can we make some that's edible for lizards?
So I get explosive diarrhea when I ingest any amount of dairy, but I figured because this is a sample tester, maybe it won't be that explosive.
Okay, let's get a new one.
Got that one quick.
we're in on that one. Let's go with world's worst Shrek impersonator. World's worst Shrek impersonator.
This is my swamp?
And in the morning, we're making
Tess, we're getting everybody twice through you.
Echo.
Try that again.
Me?
Sure.
Oh. And in the morning, I'm making pancakes.
Ugly you are. Ugly.
I'm big and green, and I ain't lean, but I ain't mean.
I'm like an onion. I got many layers.
You want a German woman, Olga?
Twas the footprints of a large hound.
Okay, let's get a new one. World's worst.
Line.
World's worst gynecologist.
All right, pop those feet up, move back, move back, move back, move back, stop, stop, stop. This is gonna hurt.
Oh,
World's worst gynecologist. Hello, 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 hello.
All right, Bob, let me just get up in there and check the oil, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm afraid the electricity has gone out, so we'll do this by candlelight.
And now we're going to get the answer to that question from the song. How deep is your love?
I lost my glasses, but I'm very nearsighted.
Oh, I see you are sporting a new haircut this time. Really fast.
So I'm not actually a gynecologist. I just pretended to be one for so long after I graduated college. I'm actually an improv comedian. Oh, look at that! Whoa!
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jess.
Roughly 10 times. I thought gynecology was the study of guys!
That was worth it. World's worst lighthouse keeper. World's worst lighthouse keeper. You know, since we replaced the bulbs with solar, we have saved so much money. Of course, they don't work at night.
In 2020, mobile lighthouses are the new thing to have.
Well, thank you for coming out here to interview me. I took this job because I'm really a people person.
Maybe a lamp this big will find you, Mothman.
And on our next version of Lighthouse Roulette, it's you who are the winner.
My precious. My precious.
You see, what I like to do is I just grab onto the front and I just kind of ride it around for a while. It's really fun.
You know,
After all this time alone, I've gotten deathly afraid of ships. So I make sure I turn out the light every night so they don't know where I am.
You know, it took me about 6 years to figure this out, but I figured that out, that if you hold a hot dog about a foot from the flame, it microwaves real quick.
I just, I haven't showered in a while. It's just me out here, but sometimes the waves, they get real fictitiously large and such. So when it gets to that point, I just open up the hatch and just let it all hang out, and it just gets me right back clean as can be.
Okay, next one, last one. World's worst improv comedian.
No, and not.
Well, when do I say the model? I prepared my monologue, and it's here.
Line.
Okay, we need a suggestion from the audience. Okay, no suggestion. Okay, now just do the whole scene for me. Thank you.
I am here to tell you about our next exciting thing, and it's great.
Hi, I'm Creme Fraiche.
It's not very nice.
Go ahead.
Oi, I'm really good at accents. They just keep blimey. ¿Qué está pasando? Wait, I can't talk. Hold on. What is the character I'm supposed to be doing again?
Shrek.
I can't do accents for my life. Donkey!
Donkey!
Hey, I'm Mike, and I'm here for the improv group. My friends tell me I'm really funny and really personable and do a lot of inflections. So like I'm here to go. Let's do some improv. Yes, and am I right, boys?
Of course, you know this scene is all about me. It's not about you at all. It's about me.
No, that's not what happened. Actually, what happened is that we went to my place. No, that didn't happen either. Just stop contributing.
That's world's worst. Let's keep everybody on the stage. We are going to transition into a game called Last Flop Standing. And this is a timed game, and I've asked our audience to give us suggestions of things we can debate. How it works is one flop will start speaking, At any point, another flop can raise their hand and I will acknowledge them. And they'll tell me why they think the person talking is full of crap. And if I think they're right, I'll rule in their favor. If I think they're wrong, I'll rule against them. The last flop standing at the end of 4 minutes wins the game. That's the last flop standing. So let's see. Let me get a timer set here.
There's some good ones in there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, let's see. These are things we can debate. Let's see. What do we got, Cody?
Well, I'm seeing Ari here with whether the Earth is flat or cuboid. Anjali with do we exist? And Ben with fingerless gloves.
Okay.
No, whether furries have rights. That's
Ari's got one on the bottom. Oh, that's a good one.
that's a. I mean.
They're all good. I'm feeling kind of drawn to do we exist. So I'm gonna say let's do we exist, and we're gonna start with I think. Let me see. How about Pants Pal? Pants Pal, you get the first word on do we exist. Starting the clock now. Maybe. There we go.
So the simple answer is no, we do not exist. Because really what's going on is that we are actually inside a little, really little chipmunk's mind of what is happening around the chipmunk. The chipmunk is just alone in a vast wildlife and is really confused. So in order to cope with just being alone, they've conceptualized all of these people, this whole civilization, whole history of this universe, really just to make sense of things. And you can really tell that we are existing within this chipmunk's mind.
Rigamarole.
Rigamarole.
I believe the great philosopher Dumbledore said, even though it happened in your mind doesn't mean that it didn't actually happen.
That's true. That's true.
No matter what you think about Harry Potter, you can't dismiss the philosophical ramblings of an ancient wizard who gave us such great lines that were changed from the book to the movie to be, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah, Chances Showers.
I'm not even going to apologize. Like, my first thing is to say sorry, but I can't apologize because his whole theory is based on fiction. So
no, that's not true. Actually, that's not true.
Harry Potter's not fiction.
That's not true. No, not true.
No, you
hand
muggle.
rations. Hand rations.
Okay. I don't know if I can respect Albus Dumbledore because J.K. Rowling said on Twitter that all wizards poop themselves and then magic poop away. So I'm like,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You got me.
Every day there's a new thing on Twitter from J.K. Rowling, and I'm just like, stop saying stuff. You're ruining my favorite characters. Like, I was fine with all the new representation and stuff, but the fact that wizards poop themselves all the time, it ruins the gritty realism of a boy wizard.
Oh, I see. Dry run.
Yes. So if I was a wizard, I think I would just poop myself all the time and it would magically go away, but I would still exist.
That's half true and half not. She would definitely poop herself all the time, but the rest isn't true. So I'm going to give it back to hand rations.
Yeah. So all the stuff, they're like, oh, it's more convenient. Yes, it's more convenient. But it doesn't sound good in the narrative. There's a reason it was deleted scene.
Goat yoga.
You know, everyone seems to be forgetting that Dobby has a secretive narrative, and it's just, it overrides whatever J.K. Rowling.
No, I'm sorry, that's not true. Chances Showers.
Hello, excuse me, but hand rations actually proved my point. I was saying that Harry Potter is fiction, and if Harry Potter is not fiction, this is a very, very Wizard of Oz moment right now, people. The man behind the curtain, J.K. Rowling, invented Harry Potter, so how is it not fiction?
No, that's true. That's true. You're right, Chances Showers. You're right.
Thank you. That's really all I had to say, and you can go back to talking your bullshit.
Oh, well, okay. I'm going to hand it over to Officer Peggy then.
I don't understand how we got on this tangent. We haven't even talked about, our existence is not dependent on a Harry Potter world. In fact, we have to go back and think about, I eat, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am.
Yoga.
But what if I am Harry Potter?
No, sorry, you're not. Go ahead, Officer Peggy.
As I was saying, so there's many different mantras I've heard across the globe from people. I eat, therefore I am. I drink, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. All of
Dry
these.
run.
Yes, I think the fate of our existence depends on the class struggle that was brought up in Dobby's subplot. And
True, but very complicated. Officer Peggy.
we can never exist unless we are.
So basically, it all depends on how our actions are, and that solidifies our existence. Therefore, we do exist because we drink.
Rigamarole.
She misquoted. It's I think, therefore I ham, Dr. Seuss.
That's true.
Yes. I think, therefore I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Please bring around the van. And of course, Sam, you are not. Because we don't exist, because everything I said before was a lie.
Dr. Brainpee.
I think we're really getting off the most important topic, which was wizards, because everyone knows that they love Magical Trevor the Wizard, because the...
That's time. Dr. Brainpee wins, and he's absolutely right. Everyone does, in fact, love Magical Trevor.
Because the tricks that he does are ever so clever.
Yes. We've all seen him disappearing a cow.
Where's the cow? Hidden right now.
He is nothing but a conjurer of cheap tricks. How dare you, sir, speak ill of Magical Trevor.
How dare you?
All right. That was last flop standing. We're going to transition into a game called Actor's Nightmare. This is a game for me and for Dry Run, I believe. Yes. No, I'm sorry, Officer Peggy. And here we are. And what this, Dry Run, yeah, there you go. So what this game is, we are going to do a scene from a play. And one of us has the script and the other is still learning it but forgot their script. And so we are going to see that. And Flops, give me a page number between 1 and 75, please.
69.
Okay.
You're going to run out of pages.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 42, because we all know it is the ultimate answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
But what's the question?
That's right.
Not the question of what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it to a Rigamarole to call the scene when you think it's run its course, if you would, sir.
You got it.
Okay. Answer me one question. Do you really love her?
Well, she's my mom, so yeah, I guess I have to love her. I don't have any other options.
Because if I thought you didn't, I'd tie you up in this bag and drop you in the river. Are you serious about her?
I think that's child abuse, and I don't like rivers. So yes, I love my mommy. I love mommy.
But do you worship the ground she walks on, like I do? You better say yes.
I don't really like getting dirty. I like the worms, but I don't like when they touch me. So I don't. What is worship? I don't understand. What's worship?
Would you spend every cent you had for her? That's what I did. See that bag? Full of presents. Cost $50. All that I had in the world.
Dad, are we poor?
What would you want with them?
With $50? Could I get one of those really cool toys with one of the Range Rovers where you can go vroom, 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 and then hit the dinosaurs? Oh, I want a dinosaur and a 50-piece set. And can we go to Disney World? We could do that for $50, right?
That wouldn't be honest. I only paid $35.
We can do it for $35, so I get $15 in my allowance, Daddy. Thanks, Dad.
Take your hands off that. That was for our wedding night.
But you said that I thought I could take the $15 because it's change, just like you get change at the ice cream store.
$4, $5, $50. That's the Alamos. That's. Want to buy some more?
I want more ice cream. Can I take the money and go to the ice cream truck? That man's selling out of his van.
How do you mean?
The guy is going do 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 do, and I want to buy a popsicle. Maybe 2 popsicles, so I can have one in each hand.
How much you give me for that thing?
For the popsicle? I shouldn't give you money to take my popsicle. You should give me more money to give you the popsicle that you gave money for me for to go buy from the man.
Done. Now I got $50, ain't I? Know what that means? Means I'm gonna take Annie back from you.
I just fooled you. I'm the rich one now. I have money and popsicles.
You hear? $50.
I do hear $50. I have $50. I'm rich. I could go to Disney World. Will you take me to Disney World, Daddy?
Now wait a minute. That ain't fair. You feeble-minded shike poke. And that's actor's nightmare. So for our next game, we're gonna
Father of the Year.
Father of the Year.
Whose nightmare was it? Yours or mine? This is the real question.
It's gonna have you. It's gonna have you. So for our next game, we're gonna play a new game invented by Chance of Showers and workshopped with all of the flops. It's called Top Flop Cooking. So what I need from you, our audience, is a weird ingredient for food. It has to be actual food ingredient, like not stop sign wouldn't count, but something that would be a weird ingredient for food. So put that in the chat now. And here we go. Okay, we're starting to get some. I see squid ink. That could be fun. What else you got? Ari, I know you got something out there. I don't know where Aunt Zesty is tonight. Acorns? Acorns would be good. Thank you, Ben.
Ari probably wants us to eat DVDs.
Yeah, yeah. Fresh leather, walnuts. Thank you, Anjali. Let's see. All right, I'm feeling squid ink. So, Chance of Showers. Let's have Top Flop Cooking.
Hi, and welcome to our next edition of Top Flop Cooking Kitchen. I am so excited to introduce our contestants as well as our judges this afternoon. Our first judge here tonight is coming to us from the Orange Juice State. It is Drunken Rhymes. Drunken? Hello? Are you there, Drunken?
What?
Hi, Drunken.
What?
Hi. All right.
Hi. Did I make it? Did I make it on time?
You're here. It's perfect. You're
cool.
Perfect.
Sweet. Am I eating now? Am I eating right now?
You're here. You did it
right now, though. Is there food in my mouth?
Uh-huh. Our next contestant comes to us from the Midwest. It's Betty Cooker. Betty, are you here?
Where's my beer? Where's my beer? Oh, here's my beer.
Betty. Hey, Betty Cooker. How are you today?
Hi. I know everyone on reality shows always says, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to win, but I am here to make friends. Do you want to be my friend?
No, I don't have time. Our third judge comes to us from Germany. It's Hans Haschlinger. Hans? Hello, Hans. How are you?
I'm very good. Very good. It is so good to see you.
So good to see you, Hans.
Oh.
So this evening, our judges will be judging our two contestants, the secret ingredient they've been asked to put into their dish is squid ink. Exciting. Exciting. Squid ink. I mean, no one cooks with this. So our first contestant comes to us from Las Vegas. They are an extremely renowned buffet chef, and I will let them tell you how they use the squid ink. Contestant number 1.
Hello there.
Oh.
Hello, would you please introduce yourself and tell us how you use the squid ink in your dish tonight?
Well, my name is Frank Frink, and I thought about this for a good long time, and I realized that any 2-bit grill pusher would simply put the squid ink in liquid form into some sort of dish. And I wanted to take it a step beyond. So what I did was I took the squid ink and I froze it. And I carved it into little shapes like squids. And then I threw it into my very finest spaghetti. And oh my, it was, if I may say so myself, delish. And I found out that as the squid ink melts, the squids get smaller and smaller and smaller. And so it's a fine dish for little kids because they're so entertained. And that's how I use the squid ink.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our second contestant, and they're going to describe their dish, and then we will get on to the judging. So contestant number 2, would you come on, introduce yourself? Please let us know where you're from.
What am I supposed to talk now?
Drunken, you're fine. You're fine. We haven't gotten to you yet. It's okay.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. I'm there. I'm all here.
You're good. Contestant number 2, will you please tell us about your dish that included the squid ink as its main ingredient?
Yes. Yes, I can. Hello. Thank you for having me on this show. I am ready to chop the competition. And I would like to say that I'm a French saboteur. And so I love the ingredient of the squid ink because it is perfect for my aims and missions in life. I would like to get some mission stars. You understand? Some mission stars. And so with this squid ink, I decide to use for guerrilla warfare and to trick the role of the state. So when we serve the pasta with the squid ink, the waiters very gently on all the camera lenses. So then you cannot see nothing. And they don't know what happens then.
Let me just help you plead the 5th. We're on a live show here, and let's just rein it in a little bit, and let's describe the ingredients that the waiters actually presented.
Yes, the ingredients the waiters presented were some delicious squid ink pasta.
Yes.
And the pasta was made from broken promises of the capitalist state. And so it was not very consumable for the people that were eating it.
Okay, well, let's just keep it moving along, shall we?
Yeah.
Drunken, why don't you go ahead? Drunken Hines, hello, our celebrity chef.
I'm here. I'm up.
I'm
good. I'm so good. Good.
Great.
Which
Let's talk about contestants number 1 dish that included the squid ink. Drunken.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's the weird taste in my mouth. I get like a lot of like metal, like microphone. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know where that came from. But the other taste in my mouth is beer. And I like beer, so I'm going to give you like an A+, man.
Okay. So you loved it, you ate it, you hated it. What were your impressions?
Double A plus good.
So you loved it. You loved it. That's fabulous. Okay.
I wouldn't go
contestant number
that far
one,
to
you
say I
loved
loved it. Whoa.
Oh.
Double A plus good.
So that's
Not-
ate it. You ate it.
Okay, double A plus.
You loved it. You loved it.
Don't be putting opinions in my mouth now. I didn't say that I loved it. I just said it was double A plus.
Okay, you ate it. Okay, let's move on to judge number 2, Betty Cooker. It's so good to see you. You know what? I'm reconsidering that friendship every minute of the day.
So good to see you too.
Let's hear what your impressions of contestants number 1's dish.
Friendship was my entire impression of the dish. Like, give me this cute little, like, carved, like, squid ice cubes out of that. I'm like, those are adorable. Those are my friends. Those are my babies now. I am their mother. And then you made me murder my babies. They melted and gradually went smaller and smaller. It just made them cuter and cuter until they were gone. And that was a very hurtful experience for me. I want to be friends with a squid. They're shaped like friends. And you made them melt away before my very eyes. I could barely finish the rest of the meal. I hated it.
Oh my goodness.
I'll ship you a dozen
Betty.
in dry ice.
Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We just don't have time to actually explore your feelings more at this juncture, but let's move along to our good friends, Hans Hoschlinger. What were your impressions of contestants number 1's dish?
Oh, yeah. So, it was very interesting because, you explained that the squids shrunk in size, but in fact, in my dish, they really grew. And they're kind of coming after me, I must say. But I have to tell you, I am loving the experience. We are very good friends. Oh, hello, Mr. Squiddy. Hello. We are very good friends. So thank you for this experience. I'm very
welcome.
happy.
How wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. We are enjoying our time together with the squids. Oh.
Okay. Well, let's keep it moving as we don't have all day. Let's move on to contestant number 2. A very provocative and interesting take on ingredients and presentation. Drunken Rhines, could you tell us your thoughts on contestant number 2's dish using the squid ink?
It was pretty cool. I like this one because it kind of looked like a squid. So, love it.
Loved it? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Starting off on a very positive note, contestant number 2, I'm not sure if it's the threatening knife that you're holding close to your face or just the look that you're giving us all. But in any case, let's move on to judge number 2, Betty Cooker. Good to see you again. And let's hear your thoughts on contestant number 2's dish.
See, I mean, I ate it.
Uh-huh.
And it tasted like, well, it's like you said, it was like a metaphor. And I personally don't like broken capitalist promises. I mean, do any of us really? But like, by eating the promises, maybe that like somehow took them back. It was a lot to think about as I was chewing. And it honestly got me distracted the whole time from the fact that I was just eating ink. So it was good, but really provocative.
Okay. So you ate it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's not come back up or repeated, so that's great news. Judge number 3, Hans, would you mind? Would you mind just going ahead and giving your impressions of contestant number 2's dish?
So here's the thing. I always eat, as you know, I always eat my dishes with my sidekick Gretel. Here, Gretel. And we were eating the squiddies, These were much smaller, much finer than the other squiddies. These are, not as tall, not as robust as the previous squiddies. And Gretel here was eating the baby squiddies in the pasta. And she got it stuck in her snout. And she made a noise. And it was not very appealing for Gretel. It was embarrassing for her Papa Hans. So I hated it. I can't believe you put this beautiful snout through such distress. And I will sue you.
Oh, awkward.
Yes.
So awkward.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid we're at somewhat of a draw, and I think we're going to go to the studio audience to perhaps give us their thoughts on a winner for this episode of Flops Cooking, and I may reach out to our sponsor to let us know who the winner actually might be.
Think of Gretel.
I want the squid one to win. Because squids are cool.
One. Okay.
Think of the beautiful Gretel.
Squid one.
The votes are coming in. The votes are coming in.
One with
Yes,
the-
please,
involved with the
sponsor.
squid-
Please help
with
us
the
out
squid
at this
ink.
time. It's very uncomfortable for all of us.
Okay,
Hey,
so we'll
French
call
man.
it. We'll call it. The winner is contestant one. Contestant one.
Oh, thank God. Congratulations, contestant one.
Thank you.
Judges, please be so careful walking out to your car this afternoon. The security will be standing by.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And thank you. We'll see you again next time. Flops.
First round of the bar's on me.
Yes. I'll meet you there.
Thank you from your dear friend Gretel.
Thank you. Thank you all so much.
All right, that was Top Flops Cooking. Thanks, Chances Showers, and everybody. Fun. We are going to have a little Zoom party. I know the parties that we usually have this time of year, we're still being careful. Important to keep socially distancing, but we're doing stuff like this, right? And so Rigamarole is going to be hosting a party. There he is. And he's going to have 3 guests, but each of those guests are going to have some unusual traits. So Rigamarole is going to remove his headphones so he cannot hear, because he's got to guess what's happening for the people that are coming to his party. So what I need from you is, in the chat box, I need something that someone is afraid of, something that someone is turning into, and something that someone is obsessed with. Put those in the chat box. Turning into, obsessed with, afraid of. And while you're thinking about that, I'll comment that Dry Run is upset. Her mom didn't vote for her in the cooking show. Sorry, Dry Run. You know, your mom's an honest broker. Okay.
Don't worry before your own mother.
Show up in November.
Suggestions are coming in. All right, that's a good one. Yes. Okay. Nice. Okay. This is a game, by the way, for Rigamarole, obviously, but our party guests will be Chance of Showers, Joe Lobb, and Dr. Brainpee. And so let's see. Okay. Dr. Brainpee, you are turning into a bear.
You are a bear.
Aye.
Okay. Chance of Showers, you are, let me see, you are afraid of your reflection.
A truthier truth is never spoken.
And finally, Joe Lobb, you are obsessed with, let me see, you're obsessed with Doctor Who. So, we've got Dr. Brainpee turning into a bear, Chance of Showers, afraid of her reflection, and Joe Lobb, obsessed with Doctor Who. All right. I'm giving Rigamarole the sign. He's going to put on his headphones, and the party's going to start.
Do we have a prompt for the party, or just?
Oh, we do. We do have a prompt for the party. Yes. Let me see. Let me go back. The prompt is, there are a lot of good ones. COVID Termination Day, National Heckler Day, Elon Musk's birthday. I'm going to go with Elon Musk's birthday.
Okay.
Thank you,
Sounds
Kara,
good to
for
me.
that suggestion.
Google, who is Elon? No.
Okay. Let me just get everything set up. Changing the title to Merry Space Xmas. Oh, what a card you are. Well, make sure everybody gets the invite link and the password, of course. Can't pronounce his child's name, but I can certainly make it the password. All right. Oh, there we go. First person in the waiting room. Let's click a welcome to the party. And oh, there we go. Hey,
buddy.
Hey.
Hey, happy Musk birthday, Musk Day. I don't know. We were workshopping that in the email. We'll keep working.
I got it. I got it right
Oh,
after. It's Merry Space Xmas.
Oh, dude, you're so clever, man.
I
So
know.
clever. You're just like gathering things and like, hey, well, I didn't get to shave today. I was gonna shave for the party because he's not, he's got a clean face, but
Oh, you
quite get
look
to
absolutely
it.
fine.
So, I tried, but let's like.
Oh, you look great. You have nothing to
sometimes,
worry about. You
get
look
a little,
fine.
you get a little hibernate in quarantine. Sometimes it's just hard to roll out of bed.
Yeah, I completely understand. You're completely fine. Look, all we're gonna be doing is sitting around and watching Elon Musk put himself in a car and launch himself into space. So you got nothing
Man,
wrong.
like that sounds great, dude. I mean, like, are we gonna like have all the lights out and like kind of cave it a little bit? Because I mean, I don't know, for some reason I'm like feeling a cave right now, man. Like just really want to like curl up in a cave, get cozy in a cave. What'd you say? You break it up there, guy. Yes, I mean, like, I would love to, I think there's,
Uh-oh.
well, you see, there's, like, lots of stuff you can do if we could just, like, turn the lights down and, like, I mean, it's so warm. It protects against predators. We can protect the children in there and watch Elon Musk.
Ding dong! Oh, ding dong! I'm here.
Hi. I don't know what's going on in this audio, but Zoom meetings,
Oh my
Am I
God!
right?
This is a Zoom. Oh, I didn't realize what is happening here.
Hey, at least I'm not pooping in the woods in this one, Hey.
Oh my God! Is that
I feel like I want to now, though.
who is?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What the hell? Hey.
You guys know each other, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you
No.
don't remember? You don't remember me?
No, was I drunk on that Zoom meeting?
I don't know.
Well,
You lived in this whole fucking house of mirrors, and I was so freaked out.
I mean, I feel like I got more
Anyway.
hair now. I feel like.
What? Hey, so I made it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're here.
I didn't realize what this whole venue thing was about. Elon Musk. What
We're
a
celebrating
guy.
Elon Musk's birthday. Yeah.
Oh my God, so exciting. Oh,
Hey, I can't really see all that well.
yeah. It's okay. It's all right.
I mean, I can't. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm trying to.
Oh. So
well,
That trick works all the time.
Oh, there's someone else coming in. Yeah, hey.
Hey, is this nerd heaven or what?
Oh, if it's not, certainly nerd hell.
Yeah. Wow, Elon Musk's birthday.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's pretty.
I think we should all start this off together by chanting the Elon Musk fan club catchphrase in unison. Ready?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
We should totally, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Trust in
Trust
Musk.
In the
Trust
Musk.
Musk.
Yes. Go. Oh, yes.
Did you get a chance to introduce yourself to everybody? I know you're from a different chapter, so.
Yeah, hi, my name's Phil. How you doing, guys?
Terrific, terrific.
Good. Like I want
Hey,
to.
Phil.
Yeah.
Is that
Am I scaring you? I don't mean to scare you.
Oh,
that
don't
like-
don't worry about Sylvia. Sylvia is afraid of reflective surfaces.
Oh, kind of, a little bit. Yeah, I got. You know what? This is all too much for me. I think I need to excuse myself. Happy birthday, Elon! Elon! Thank you for.
She's gonna miss us
the
doing
invite.
Bowie.
Bye.
You know, what am I? I like my fingers looking like this. You know, guys, could you guys maybe call me like Smokey, or maybe like Bernstein? Yeah, I like the sound of Bernstein. Yeah.
Okay, Bernstein.
Like I gotta protect something, you know.
Yeah, I think this is.
Like
what's that?
what's?
I said your friend is very strange.
I agree. It's almost as if he were turning into a bear.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a cave I gotta crawl into. It's right underneath my desk. This is gonna be great.
Hey, would you happen to know what time it is?
Oh, yeah, it's about 2 after, and don't worry, the festivities are gonna start. Maybe other people will join later.
Well, I gotta see my favorite show. I mean, this is a show that 50 years ago predicted what Elon Musk is doing right now. Plus, it's got real cool theme music. And I gotta see it. I mean, my life is not complete unless I see that show.
I would absolutely love to hear what that theme song sounds like.
Ooh, do 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 do. Ooh, do 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 do.
Ah, yes, I am fully aware that you were obsessed with Mork and Mindy.
No. I mean, I was when I was younger, but now it's a different. And, oh, your phone's ringing.
Yeah, don't run off and go watch the Jetsons or anything.
No.
Hello?
Hi there, this is your grandma. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, Grandma. I'm actually at a party right now, a distance party. What can I do for you?
So nice. Well, you know, my memory's not what it used to, and I was just wondering if you could help me with something here. I went to a medical establishment the other day to see what's it called, honey? I can't even remember what the person's called. They look in my throat, they look in my ears.
The doctor.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I don't know what the name was. The doctor.
You don't know? Oh yeah, we sent you down to see Doctor Who. Is that correct?
Oh, there you have it, Sonny. Okay, you have a good
Grandma, I really
night.
gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm being very, very rude to my guest. I love you. Goodbye.
Hey,
Yeah. So, yeah, you gotta be afraid of the angels, man, because they're up in heaven. Elon Musk is gonna find them, and I know
Yeah,
you're
they
obsessed
are.
with Doctor Who.
He needs to call his next ship TARDIS 2.
Ha. Oh, everybody left, and it's just me. Happy birthday, dear Elon.
Everybody.
Happy birthday to you.
Let's get all the flops back on the screen for our final game. All right. We are, and I know we lost Pants Pal to technical difficulties. No. It is a very cold world, the world of the internet. So we're going to play our final game tonight called not Last Flop. Oh, I got caught in a time loop. It's that damn TARDIS. No, I'm not gonna get sucked in. So our last game is good advice, bad advice, worst advice, and in this game I've solicited things you need advice on, and each of us are going to give you some advice. First you're gonna get good advice, and you're gonna get bad advice, and then you're gonna get pretty terrible advice. So let's see what our questions are. Okay, let's see. Oh, lots of them. How about... Wow, there's some good ones and some weird ones. Let's see. You see what I mean, right?
Why don't any of my friends want to come to my snail party?
Oh my God! I will go.
I was gonna say I will also go. Snails are cool.
Show up. It says message retracted. What did you retract?
All right, I'm gonna go. All right, let's go with that one. This is Ari who asks, why don't any of my friends want to come to my snail party? So Dry Run, you know, give him some advice, good advice on how to make his friends want to come to his snail party.
Yeah, thank you, Ari, for asking this question. I think your failure to buy low sodium snack foods is probably what did you win. So, in the future, go sweet.
Okay, sweets over salty. Oh, well, I guess I have some thoughts on that, Ari. I hate to tell you this, I really do. I don't like to make people feel bad, but snail party just isn't a good idea for a party. That's the problem. The party itself idea was great, but you took a left turn with snails. And so, you know, if you'd gone with something like, I don't know, Elon Musk's birthday, I think all of your friends would have shown up. They would have brought other friends, and it might have gone just a little better for you. Yeah?
No.
No? Really?
Nope.
Okay.
You're all wrong. The reason why no one wanted to come to your snail party is because you're not prepared to host a snail party. It's silly, really. Low sodium. We're not inviting snails. We're inviting people. And because we're not inviting people, you can't just throw out a bunch of shells and say, okay, we're going to have a snail party. No, you need to make sure everybody feels like a snail here at this here event. So, what do? You get everybody all covered in slimy mucus, you find a whole bunch of rocks that can fit people inside of them, and you put them in your living room. Now, if you wanted to even be better about it, you give everybody their own house to party in, because that is what a snail shell is their house. You buy houses for all your friends, get the inside all mucused up, and then, when the party's over, you turn all of them into escargot.
Okay. Well, that's a...
It took a turn.
It took a turn, yeah. Wow. Okay, well, I hope that helped. Ben has a question. Ben wants to know how to convince his friends to do Model United Nations. Goat yoga. How can Ben convince his friends to do Model United Nations?
Yeah. Well. You know, you gotta tell them that they're gonna be models from all of the nations united together.
Okay. I like it. It's simple and to the point. So, hand rations. Any thoughts on that subject?
See, the issue with Model United Nations is like, it's been done before. These are countries that have existed for many years, and like, every school everywhere has their own like Model United Nations where you play each of the countries and all that sort of stuff. So what you need to do to really set yourself apart and get other people interested in joining is make your own society. Now, I'm not saying you need to build a cult, although that could provide a lot more context for all of this. But you need to invent your own countries, invent your own rules, invent your own issues to debate. And then once everyone has their characters and has their experiences leading these nations, you need to be like, why is this just a model United Nations? Let's take over the UN and make this the real way the society works. You can change the world, and all it takes is a little creativity and not paying attention in social studies.
Okay. Joe Lobb, you seem skeptical of this.
Yeah, interesting, but it's not the way I would go.
All right.
I think you have to work with what really exists, and what really exists is the fact that the United Nations is composed of bureaucrats. And what do bureaucrats do? They spend a lot of time talking. They spend a lot of time listening. they have to have a really high tolerance for boredom. Now, if you try to sell that to your friends, they're going to say, nope, not going to do it because it's boring. The way to do it is to seduce them gradually. You start out with something boring that's kind of fun, like stamp collecting.
Mm-hmm.
You become a rabid stamp collector yourself. You say to your friends, hey, let's go and collect some stamps. Have you seen the new Tuva stamp of Michael Jackson? It's really cool. And so after a year or so of that, they kind of get used to that. And then you step it up. You do something a little bit more boring, maybe like cricket. And you can sell that as, you know, an intercultural experience. We in the United States don't have cricket. We can learn about the British culture through cricket. And those matches go on for 3-5 days at a time. And once they're rabid cricket fans, then and only then do you introduce them to bureaucracy, the art of meetings. And by that time, they're lost. They couldn't find their back if they wanted to. And they will go to your model United Nations like lemmings to the sea, in every sense of that metaphor.
It's complicated, but it just might work.
I believe it will.
Okay. So we hear from Pants Pal, who is still having technical difficulties, and she wants to know, how does she fix the computer that keeps freezing? And so, Dr. Brainpee, how might you're pretty technical. How might she fix that?
Well, you know, honestly, it's a hard joke that goes around, but it's seriously the thing. It's just like literally turn it off and turn it back on again. Sometimes a good reset is just what you need. And you know what I learned? And if it's like really still going, but you love your computer, I learned this little tip from Cody. Think about like especially if your operating systems, you know, you still have a warranty with it or whatever, you know, just re-download it and just reinstall, because Cody was saying that actually really helps to like really set everything back to factory specs and really can just get everything going just like it used to.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Brainpee. Chance of Showers, what do you think?
Well, I'm kind of taken aback because I thought I was going to be later on, but I want to just say that you should take a coffee mug, fill it to the brim with vodka, and then sip gently. Take a hammer and smash the ever-loving shit out of your computer.
Well, okay. Well, that's a solution. Yeah, that is truly bad advice. Officer Peggy.
No, the solution is not physical damage. Your computer is not physically malfunctioning. A hex has been placed on your computer regarding your Zoom. So what you need to do is first find out your horoscope sign. I need to know your sun, your moon, your rising. With that information, you go to the witch doctor down the street. With your computer, you need to take your computer. This is very important. They are going to take your horoscope, examine your computer, and feel the aura of the computer and find out what type of hex it is, how you got hexed, and how you can then revenge hex the person who hexed your computer. We know that Zoom hexes are prominent. There were Zoom bombs everywhere, and that was because of the auras of the computer. They were susceptible to these types of things. So please, I urge you, do not use physical violence. Do not turn it off and on again. That's just going to make the hex worse. You need to go find your horoscope. If possible, find all of the stats about your computer's horoscope, when it was made, what was the moon like, its rising, and then we can get this hex and revenge hex really implemented well.
Okay, that's helpful. That's helpful. I think that might work. We have one final question. I'm actually digging back to something that was asked earlier in the show that we didn't get to, and I don't want to leave Anjali hanging on this one because it's important for all of us, I think. And this, I'm going to start on this one with, I don't know, anybody can start on this one. Anybody who's got good advice can start on this one. How will you survive an apocalypse?
Well,
you know what? I'm just gonna chime in. I'm gonna jump right in here. This is the good advice.
Yeah,
Apocalypse. The world is ending. There's no hope. There's no tomorrow, as we know it. I am going to methodically go through and eat every single one of these flops that you see on the screen, and then I'm gonna first I'm probably gonna arm myself, eat the flops, and then steal the biggest monster truck I can find and a bunch of guns and roam the country.
This is good advice.
Well,
Yeah.
Rigamarole.
That's where you started the apocalypse. It's the apocalypse.
It is about surviving it. Yeah, dry run.
Yes, I would also like to give some good advice if I can play with the format of the game.
Well, it is good advice, bad advice, worst advice, but it is the last question, so go for it.
Great. So how I'm gonna survive the apocalypse is I'm gonna wear my mask when I go outside. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm going to vote in November. I'm going to encourage other people to also vote during this apocalypse.
But the apocalypse is actually happening. Like no one voted, no one wore their masks, and now the shit's going down. That's the question. Dry run.
Oh.
I'm just saying it may be happening now, and that's what I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're on our way. Sorry.
So what I think dry run is saying is we're in a slow motion apocalypse. That could be true. Okay.
Don't disagree.
Hand rations. I think you were the first to have your hand up for bad advice. So what do you got?
The apocalypse, no apocalypse, you can't let yourself stress out about this sort of thing. So rather than preparing for the apocalypse or even just preparing for everyday life, you need to just remember what we discussed earlier. We don't exist. We're all figments of a chipmunk's imagination who has read too many Harry Potter books.
I'm eating her first.
Can I just I'm
Go for it, Officer Peggy. Sure.
I'm sorry, Rigamarole, if you want to jump in here, but I think we have to go back to Ari's plan. So the first thing you have to do is get all of the DVDs from Apocalypse movies. I'm talking Day After Tomorrow, 28 Days Later, all of the Apocalypse movies you can think of, Resident Evil, the entire series, even the video game. And I want you to break them up into little pieces and eat them because you don't want to see the end of this apocalypse. Eat all of the Apocalypse DVDs. This is your only way out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can't add anything to that. I think that's the answer. Yeah.
Is this some sort of like osmosis plan or like a show of dominance against these movies, or is it like sustenance?
I think I might have something to add on that track.
Go ahead, Rigamarole.
Collecting the DVDs was the right step, because if I know one thing about surviving an apocalypse that I've learned from watching all those movies and reading all those books and playing all those games, is that the only way to survive the apocalypse is to be holding in your possession a MacGuffin of some kind. So you have to get the Bible, a book, any book, it doesn't matter. You're preserving knowledge. You're too important to die off. The author's not going to kill you if you're carrying the last copy of Orson Scott Card, Children of the Fleet. There's something in here that's important for society. Or the herbal drugstore. Exactly.
Or Oklahoma.
Or Oklahoma. So everybody grab your favorite piece of art. It could be a DVD. Shady characters. No, all my friends are dead. That book doesn't count. You're the first to go. Find me a new
I'm eating her first. I told you.
Crispy cookies. That one will get you saved. Grab your favorite swine girl. That'll get you saved. Mike's dead. He's not grabbing it. Mike, find a something quick.
Everyone poop.
Oh, my books are way over there, though. I didn't know you were gonna.
All right, Mike's dead. All right, well that's it.
All right. Well, we can eat Mike then.
Plus infinite strength.
Yeah. So
it's a D&D reference.
So that's our show tonight. It ended in complete mayhem, as every flop show should. I want to thank the cast. You guys did a great job as always. I want to thank everybody who came out to support the show, and more importantly, to support the Southside Community Center. As of now, our total is $225. That's pretty damn good. Thank you very much. Yay. If you haven't contributed yet, you still can. It will be active for about a week. So be on our website, and the link is out there on our chat as well. Every little bit helps support their great work.
Yes, and you guys rock.
You rock. See if we can all do it. Let's. All right.
Art looks weird, John.
It is weird. So Jeff wins the best heart contest there. So we will be back. I don't know when, couple of weeks probably, with another virtual show until we're told we can come back to the haunt. We'll go from there.
And we may be owning the haunt, folks.
Watch out!
You're burying the lead, Dave.
Probably not,
Probably not.
but it's fun to dream. And if it is, we'll rename it the Flop House.
And it's
It's the flop. How?
It's
not funny.
That's all we got.
mighty funny.
We'll see you soon.
Just let it
Bye-bye.
all fly.